Ready to spark your welding skills to the next level? These are the must-try welding hacks for better results that will improve the way you approach each project, only here at MechMinds Hub. Let's dive in. Getting ready to weld is similar to getting your teeth cleaned before a dentist visit. You need to begin with a spotless metal surface. Take a wire brush or a grinder and get rid of any rust, old paint, or grime on the metal. This step holds significant importance as it ensures a smooth welding process and a robust connection. It's like laying down a solid base for your welds. If you overlook this cleaning part, you might end up with a fragile weld that could snap, and that's not good. With a clean surface ready, it's time to focus on the heat, which is essential for excellent welding. Welding needs the correct heat, similar to cooking. If it's too hot, the metal can change shape or get holes, like toast that's burnt. If it's not hot enough, the metal pieces won't fuse well, like cheese that won't melt. To manage this, use a heat-sensitive stick or a thermometer gun to keep an eye on the temperature. Adjust how quickly you weld and the power level to maintain the ideal heat. This will ensure your weld is strong and looks good. Mastering the right temperature is key, just like finding the best angle to cast a line when fishing. For welding, holding your welding gun at a slight angle, about 10 to 15 degrees, is usually the sweet spot. It's not too straight and not too tilted, making it easier to manage the pool of melted metal. Just like how the right angle helps you reel in a fish smoothly, the correct angle in welding helps you control the flow of metal, so your weld comes out clean and strong. It's a simple trick, but it makes a big difference in making sure your weld holds together. Having nailed the perfect angle, it's time to focus on the rhythm of your welding technique. Imagine you're sewing a patch onto your jeans. You wouldn't just hold the needle down and drag it across. You'd make little stitches one by one. That's what stitch welding is like. It's a smart way to join thin metals without messing them up. Instead of doing one long weld, you make short welds, like dots, that overlap a bit. This keeps the metal from getting too hot and warping, which is when it bends out of shape. So, by doing these little stitches, you spread out the heat and keep your metal flat and looking good. After mastering the stitch welding, let's shift to the heat management of the backing material. This is where a backing material comes into play. Copper is often used as a backing material because of its excellent heat absorption properties. Placing copper behind the weld area acts as a heat sink, throwing away the excess heat that could otherwise cause burn-through, which is when the metal becomes too thin and creates a hole. Additionally, the backing material provides support to the molten weld pool, which is the melted metal that forms the weld. This support helps in maintaining the shape of the weld, resulting in cleaner and more uniform welds that are flatter and less likely to have defects. In essence, using a copper backing material is a smart hack for achieving strong, clean, and professional-looking welds. With a backing material providing a solid foundation, it's time to look at the small yet mighty tack welds. Tack welds are like the temporary pins in sewing. They're small welds that keep metal pieces in place before the final, more substantial welding is done. It's important to space these tack welds evenly and make them the same size to ensure everything stays aligned. If not done correctly, the metal could warp or distort, which would be a problem for the final product. Think of tack welds as a quick sketch before a painting. They're not the final piece, but they're essential for making sure everything comes together just right in the end. Once your pieces are securely tacked in place, the focus turns to precision. When you hold the electrode at a slight angle towards the direction you're welding, it allows for better penetration into the metal, ensuring a stronger weld. This angled approach also gives you more control over the welding process, helping to create a more precise and cleaner weld. It's a bit like angling a pen when writing to get the best stroke. The right electrode angle helps guide the weld exactly where it needs to go, resulting in a more effective and reliable bond between the metal pieces. In gas metal arc welding, the choice of shielding gas is key to achieving a high-quality weld. Shielding gases protect the weld area from atmospheric gases, such as oxygen and nitrogen, which can cause defects. A common choice is argon, which helps create a stable arc and better weld quality. However, adding helium to the argon mix can be beneficial. Helium increases the heat point, which in turn enhances the weld's penetration into the metal. This means the weld can bond more deeply and strongly with the base material. The right gas mix ensures the weld is done properly, leading to stronger and more reliable outcomes. This savvy use of shielding gases is a valuable hack for welders looking to improve their technique and results. With the right shielding gas mix creating an ideal welding environment, it's time to layer up the strength with multi-pass techniques. Multi-pass techniques involve layering several welds atop one another to fortify the joint. It's similar to layering paint for a robust finish. Each pass must be meticulously executed clean and controlled to ensure the joint's integrity. Picture building a brick wall. Each layer must align perfectly with the one below for stability. Similarly, precision in each pass is paramount. This methodical approach not only reinforces the joint, but also enhances its durability, making it a critical hack for welders aiming for optimal strength in their constructions. Post-weld treatment is the most important step in welding that ensures the durability and integrity of the metal. After welding, the metal can have internal stress which, if not addressed, may lead to cracks and weaken the structure. Applying post-weld heat treatment involves heating the welded material to a specific temperature and then cooling it down at a controlled rate. This process helps in relieving the internal stresses. Additionally, peening, which is a technique where the weld is gently hammered, can further enhance the metal's structure. By doing so, it introduces compressive stress on the surface, which counteracts the tensile stress that can cause cracking. These methods are essential for maintaining the quality of the weld and preventing future structural failures. Did you find these must-try hacks helpful? Let us know in the comments below. Remember to observe safety precautions and use the right gear when doing welding. Give us a thumbs up, share, and subscribe to MechMinds Hub channel for more content like this. Thank you for watching and see you on the next one.